Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
I'm Anant Rangaswamy. I'm the editor of Storyboard. What I'm looking for at this episode of Lime is for ideas which are disruptive, practical, and financially feasible.
My name is Rudratej Singh. I'm the Vice President for Marketing Operations for Hindustan Unilever. My expectations from today's Lime session is clarity of thought in terms of what the marketing task is, some bold ideas which are implementable.
Hi, my name is R. Sri Krishna. I'm the Director of Product Management and Sales Support at Indigo. What we're looking for today is the ability of the teams to understand the case, the depth of analysis that they put in behind the case, and the clarity with which they bring out the recommendations of the case.
Hello and welcome to Season 5 of Lessons in Marketing Excellence. I'm Pavni Mittal and I'm at the oldest Indian Institute of Management located in the city of Joy. Now in its 52-year-long history, Iim-Calcutta has always made it to the list of top B schools in India. Some of the biggest and best minds have walked these paths, and that list includes the like of PepsiCo CEO Indra Nooyi, author Amish Tripathi and historian Ramchandra Guha. The recent Financial Times rankings of top 70 global business schools ranks Iim-Calcutta first in finance and second in economics. Established in 1961, the institute attracts the best talent pool in the country, a melting pot of academia, industry and research. Clinching a spot in this premier institute proves no easy feat. Let's take a look at Iim-Calcutta's journey in Lime so far. In Season 1, the team qualified to the finals but lost the battle to Niti and finally stood third. In Season 2, the institute dropped down to the 11th place but regained some ground by coming 6th in Season 3. Season 4 saw Iim-Calcutta fall to the 10th position in the leaderboard. Will Season 5 prove different for them? Let's wait and watch. Today's case study is one that I'm personally very excited about. It comes from India's youngest but largest domestic airline, Indigo. In an ailing industry which has seen a shutdown, a stake sale mired in controversy and mounting losses, the 7-year-old airline boasts of a 29.5% market share and 787 crore rupees in profits in FY13. All at the back of great strategy and clutter-breaking brand campaigns. As plans for a global footprint take off, the challenge for Iim-Calcutta is to develop a marketing strategy for this expansion and also map a customer segmentation strategy. The three core principles of on-time performance, low fares and a hassle-free travel experience have set Indigo apart and helped the airline reach leadership position in the low-cost carrier segment, commanding a whopping 50% market share in that category. With the economic slowdown and rupee depreciation increasing input costs and rising fuel prices leading to increased airfares, the challenge for the world's fastest growing low-cost carrier is to deliver on its key promise, keep costs low and continue to offer lower and affordable fares to consumers.
Indigo's case study provides the students a holistic view on the background, core principles and the constant innovation that we bring in the industry. As India's coolest and fastest growing airline, Indigo has constantly redefined the standards in the airline business. And this case study provides them with the initiatives and efforts that go into contributing to the core beliefs day in and day out for 7 years now. Our expectations from the students of Iim-Calcutta are, firstly, to understand the Indian air travel market, domestic, outbound and inbound. Secondly, to analyze the opportunities that this market will provide in the years to come. And lastly, to propose a comprehensive strategy for Indigo to take advantage of these opportunities and maintain its brand and market dominance in the years to come.
Let's meet our teams. They call themselves the Ideators and Marketing. So guys, are you guys nervous, prepared for tomorrow?
All confident.
Before we move on to the presentations and things, we are going to have some fun today. Have you guys heard of Wyden and Kennedy?
No.
Okay, so they're the agency for Indigo. So they've done all the campaigns and stuff.
Alright.
We're going to ask you to step into their shoes. No, I'm not going to ask you to make an ad campaign, but you will have 30 minutes to come up with a new logo and design the flight attendant's uniform. So
Okay.
you've got your papers, you've got your colors.
Okay.
So your time starts now. The two teams, Ideators and Market Inc., undertook extensive research to come up with viable solutions for the case study posed by aviation giant Indigo. Did you guys have fun?
Yes.
How challenging was it?
It was pretty challenging, but we think we have already won.
So let's start with the Ideators. What is the one biggest change that you have made in your opinion, and why? What is the strategy there?
We're basically going global,
Yeah.
and we are touching upon the fact that they have a very efficient fuel aircrafts.
Marketing, can we take a look? I see you've changed the entire logo.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why? What is the strategy there?
It is based on the current strategy that Indigo is following. Firstly, they are going global. Then the brand personality that we identify with the brand is 3S, the power of 3S, smart, sharp and sexy.
Okay, so the jury here had a tough time deciding. While we think you guys did a fantastic job in 30 minutes, the grand prize of deciding who goes first tomorrow goes to the Ideators. Who's going to go first?
We are going first.
With that, it's time for a short break. On the other side, the students make their presentations and we find out who makes it to the semi-finals. You're watching Lime Season 5. Stay tuned.
I guess it is the market teams.
I think both are equally good. I hope the best team wins.
I think it's marketing.
Welcome back. You're watching Lime Season 5. I'm Pavni Mittal and we are at the second campus round at Iim-Calcutta. Our two teams will present their solutions to the case study provided by Indigo shortly. The team that does win qualifies for the semi-finals and also wins 50,000 rupees as well as a fast-track route to the pre-placement interview round at Hindustan Unilever. With that, it's time to meet our jury from CNBC TV 18. I have with me Anant Rangaswamy. From Hindustan Unilever, we have Mr. Rudratej Singh, who is the Vice President Marketing and Operations South Asia. And from Indigo Airlines, I have with me Mr. R. Sri Krishna, who is the Director of Product Management and Sales Support. We now have a first team, Team Ideators, that will make their presentation. Team, you have 3 minutes to make your presentation. At the end of 3 minutes, we will sound a buzzer that will indicate the end of time. That will be followed by a quick Q&A session with the judges. So, let's fasten our seatbelts. Your time starts now.
We followed a two-pronged approach, analyzing market and the company. In order to analyze the market, we followed the secondary research, which was through IATA reports, Euromonitor, and following news reports. And in primary research, we did in-depth interviews and online surveys. And in order to follow company aspirations, we followed interviews of Mr. Ghosh.
We did industry analysis to understand the challenges and the market trends in the aviation industry, to find out that economic center for aviation industry is shifting to Asia Pacific region. So this definitely is region for international expansion. Indigo, being the most preferred airline in India, Indigo should focus on the areas which are most frequented by Indians. That's why our growth for Indigo phases are, for first 3 years, they should consolidate in all the existing areas, international as well as domestic, while focusing on Thailand and Malaysia. For next 4 years, they should enter into growing economies of China and Brazil. And for next 3 years, once again, consolidate by increasing capacity in all the existing markets.
So from our primary research, we found out that the current positioning in the eyes of the consumers for Indigo is an on-time, low-cost carrier. While there are other aspects which are also emphasized by the customer segment, so we propose a new positioning strategy for Indigo, which would be an re-emphasizing on the on-time characteristic of on-time value proposition of the carrier, along with being a sensitive and caring carrier, creating an emotional emotional connect by sending across a message of reducing boundaries, aspirational, environment friendly, technology and safety fronts, best and cheerful workforce, and economical. And also we have further changed the logo of Indigo on that front, and also the tagline, which states personal attention to your career, family, environment, and time.
Furthering this brand positioning, there is a recommended product mix that we have for Indigo. We'll charge a premium for on-time assurity that will send out a very strong brand communication. This shall be refunded in case of a late arrival. Then we have frequent flyer and loyalty programs. This is a very important factor for anyone picking for international travel. Then we suggest Indigo to increase the payload factor by introducing some surprise travel plans, wherein the travel enthusiast can easily take the last minute flights, and Indigo can save on the cost, and the targeted customer delight services. Thank you.
Thank you.
So on what basis have you recommended China and Brazil? Is it because they're just large aviation markets?
The rate of the growth for China has been 9.5%, which has been the fastest in the aviation industry. Plus, in few of the reports we have read that few of the Chinese players are looking for partnership, private players are looking for partnerships, and China has the fastest rate of growing airports. So it is a market which could be tapped. And if we talk about Brazil, there are certain hindrances from the government end, but we can emphasize on the fact that the World Cup is coming, Olympics is coming, so eventually the infrastructure development in those areas would be very fast.
Do you think that the competitive heat in the markets that you have selected is low, medium, or high?
The competitive heat is, according to us, medium to high, but there is a very huge opportunity that is lying there, and that is why we are proposing to enter.
And what would differentiate you from the other medium to high competition that exists in these markets?
So basically, while going for international expansion, we are focusing on the existing brand in India. So that's why our suggestion is not to directly enter into these markets.
In one single line, just tell me, what is the marketing task that you are trying to solve, or what is it that you are trying to do?
Sir, after analyzing the consumer segment, we have on the core value proposition of Indigo, we further re-emphasize that there are emotional aspects as well as other aspects which could be re-emphasized along with the core on-time
Those are solutions. That's not the marketing task. What's the marketing task?
So what you're saying is, when you first got this piece of paper, what did you think you had to write?
In near future, our focus is try to get more and more Indian consumers to switch from other airlines to Indigo.
The reason why I get into Indigo is because it stands for time, timeliness, and a certain service level. Now, if you start charging for it, don't you think there's a much bigger flip side to it than just other people following suit? I doubt other people will follow suit. That's my personal view.
The basic idea behind this was to create a strong and confident image. And if you analyze, we are charging 1%. That means if, say, average ticket size of 5,000, that turns out to be 50. So you won't really care about 50 rupees and there won't be much, there is
That's
literally...
precisely the point. Is the risk versus the reward worth such a big equity damage possibility of what you've created as an equity for so many years, for the last 5 years? Anyway,
this was actually from a consumer insight, like people we interviewed, it was like...
It's a bold move.
Yes.
It could be, it could work, it could fall flat.
Wow, that was some tough cracking on the team. Time for a short break here. On the other side, Team Market Inc. will make its presentation, and we'll also find out which of the two teams makes it to the semi-finals. That's up in a bit.
I guess the question answer round was very drilling, but we tried to handle it in best of our capabilities.
They went into the financial analysis a lot. So considering the 3-minute presentation, the financial aspect was too much emphasized upon, and also there were too many questions.
Welcome back. You're watching Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 5 coming to you from Iim-Calcutta. Before the break, you saw Team Ideators make their case and get grilled by the jury. It's now time for our next team, Team Market Inc., to make their case. Team Market Inc., you have 3 minutes to make your case. At the end of 3 minutes, we'll sound a buzzer indicating the end of time. So, are we ready? Your time starts now.
Well, good evening. So, we used a 3-staged approach for brand Indigo: analyzing consumer behavior, relooking at the value proposition, and identifying geographies for growth. So based on the consumer insights that we derived from in-depth interviews, we recommend a segmentation shift from purpose-based to benefit-based to make them mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. The 5 segments realized are reliability, comfort, price, value for money, and finally, service flexibility. The target segments matching with Indigo's current value proposition were identified as reliability, price, and value for money.
Analyzing the in-depth interviews, major global LCC players, and Indigo's current value proposition, we arrived at three major big insights. So first insight is Indigo's brand personality that comes across as sharp, smart, and sexy. So, and also the current positioning of the Indigo, that is on time, low cost, and hassle-free, is something that resonates well with the target segments and should be continued with. Indigo's 3G personality and positioning is evident on board, but it does not resonate throughout the experience. Our key recommendations to address this are: first, provide cab booking facility at the destination during check-in and pre-flight waiting, which cuts down the hassle. Second, in pre-flight waiting phase, price of food and beverages is the major deterrent for consumers. Our plan is to tie up with the F&B outlets at the airport, providing discounts to our customers, for which they'll receive an SMS upon checking at the airport. We also recommend that cross-selling of IBIS Interglobe hotels through the combos at the time of booking and as well as over the counters in the airport to exploit the group synergies. Our third big insight, we have to improve the talkability of the brand Indigo, and especially amongst the young people. We would like Indigo to focus on social media, not only formal but informal as well. And we recommend two-pronged approach, which will improve the talkability and consumer involvement through My Indigo story and last-minute deals.
So we studied geographies for future growth based on 4 factors: macroeconomic trends, competitive landscape, trends in LCC market, and future plans of the aviation sector. We plan to continue with the LCC model and create a modified hub and spoke network wherein hub and hub spoke distances will be less than 5 hours to keep similar aircraft sizes and skill sets to reduce costs. Based on the next growth sectors, as well as density of Indians in the respective geographies, we came up with the following plan for entry. First, strengthening already entered markets of Middle East and Southeast Asia in 2013 by creation of hub in Dubai and Singapore. Next is connecting Dubai with East Africa and entering North Asia in 2014-15. And lastly, entering East Europe in the year 2015 and 16 by connecting Dubai with Istanbul.
I heard that phrase, density of Indians.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Can you afford to even think of something like that when you're running an airline? We started an airline, so I'm going to cater to Bengalis or to Tamil Brahmins or something. What,
Sir,
is it viable?
Yes, sir, we actually thought about this as an indicator because, first of all, the company and the brand name is Indigo. So we are catering to Indians first. Next thing, when we are thinking of creating a network, the network will have its center as India, and the hubs will actually be connected to India as well. So the first stage of growth that we are expecting in each and every geography will be by travel of Indians to India or from India. And this will be continued by the travel of non-Indians later on.
Have you put a thought on how easy or difficult it's going to be to implement a benefit-based segmentation? Won't it lead to confusion in the minds of the customer?
Yeah, so the basic idea behind relooking at the segmentation was that when we actually talked to people for our in-depth interviews, so we found that there were a lot of overlaps. So a person could be traveling for leisure and for visit to friends and relatives at the same time. So we started questioning that whether this segmentation is, can you actually cater to just one segment? So we realized that at a time, a person actually exhibits some behavior. So for example, he would be looking only for lowest prices, or he would be looking for maximizing the value that he gets. So we realized that probably going for a benefits-based segmentation, those overlaps would be much reduced. So that's why we questioned the present segmentation. And even our value propositions, they are in sync with targeting the youth. So the segments that we said were reliability, price, and value for money. They are in sync with what Indigo is already offering.
What's the thin red line, connecting red line across all these activities that's hopefully going to lead to something better than where you are today? What's that? I'm not clear on from the case study.
Yes. So there are three things that we had at hand. One was to relook at the customer segmentation and look if we can actually improve that to make our promotion strategies more efficient. Then second thing is look at the current value proposition and how it is resonating with the target segments. And third thing, after designing all this, try to identify geographies for the next stage of growth for Indigo.
Thank you, team. The results will be tabulated by Ernst & Young. So until then, I'd request you to please step out.
Yeah, it went well, and
the question answer session went pretty well, I guess.
One thing was the scalability and feasibility part and the inclusion of financial models. So that is something which we hadn't done, and we clearly accepted that as a part of our session.
Can I please ask our judges to tell me what is the one positive thing and negative thing about each of the presentations?
First team, Ideators, I think the positive aspect was a lot of strong background analysis that came through. And there was a lot of hard work that's gone into the analysis. The negative thing was perhaps that the result, the output, was a little incoherent. It was kind of disjointed, which could have been probably better.
Okay, and what about Market Inc.?
I think you were anchored. When I say anchored, it means that you've understood what the brand stands for. I think there was boldness in the way you segmented. So there was boldness in this team as well. I would say your ideas, the various ideas that you shortlisted, I still think it's a laundry list. And by the way, they do cost money. It's not, they might be synergistic, but you add resources, you add FTEs, they cost money. They need to be justified in terms of a P&L.
Can we please have both the teams up on stage? I have the results with me. Any guesses from the audience? Okay, well, the audience is correct. Market Inc. has won this round. You guys moved to semi-finals. Congratulations. Could I please have the jury to come up and hand over the prizes? With that, we've come to the end of our second campus round of Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 5. Next week, we're off to India's IT capital, Bangalore, where the students of IIMB will be cracking a case study by tech giant Lenovo. Until then, thanks for watching.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.